You're watching Power Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Daryl Walter Show. We are on episode 3. Now, listen, the word for today is open. Look at your neighbor and say open. Baby, we're going to open your minds. We're going to open your hearts. And most of all, we're going to open the doors to the truth, whether folks like it or not. Now, listen, I don't know what kind of week y'all been having. Mine has been filled with plots and twists, even up until the now, okay? So we're going to talk about everything from Portia Williams to girl LaLa. I know y'all don't know who she is, but I'm going to tell you who she is. And we're going to talk about Pastor Murphy Williams, okay? So listen, let's stop playing and let's get into it right after this. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, y'all. Welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. Y'all ready? Okay, you got your snacks? You ready? Okay, let's go. First of all, let's start with something light because the rest of the show is full because the people have been cutting up this week. So y'all, this little girl showed up on my timeline telling people what they need to do in their 40s and 50s. So let's take a look at the video and you tell me what you think, okay?
There's like age limit to things. Like there's age limits.
Age limits to what?
If you're 40, 50 years old,
Mm-hmm.
drinking Mountain Dew, like no, that's childish.
What's
Like,
childish about
That's
it?
childish.
So what if you 40, 50, what you supposed to drink?
Unsweetened tea, soda water, Pepsi Zero, Pepsi Zero.
I can't have a Mountain
Like-
Dew though.
No, lemon water. Don't be drinking no Mountain Dew. Don't be like that's heart problems. You're gonna get something wrong with your heart. That's too much sugar. Unsweetened tea. That's just too much. That's childish. You're gonna have to go to the hospital.
First of all, little girl, you don't know my life, okay? You and your cute self and all of your full edges, okay? Let the grown folks be. Let us have a Mountain Dew. It's the little things. Side note, I am drinking unsweetened tea right now. And that's my business though. You know what? Remember that show, Kids Say the Darndest Things? She said it with her whole chest. And she said stuff that grown folks are scared to hear. And I don't appreciate it, but I'm gonna let you slide on this one, okay? So to all my saints out there over 40 and 50, all right, baby, let's get into these hot topics, okay? Because the tea is hot, okay? And the devil is a lie because the devil is busy today. Let's get into these files. Okay, I'm not even gonna say these people's names because I don't want to give them that much credit. But that man over there, okay, the current president signed a bill that passed that says these files have to be released. That's probably how he looked when he signed it. I'm so tired of him. Anyways, he didn't even sign it because he wanted to, but now he's changing his tune. Capitol Hill put pressure on him, okay, the Senate and the Congress, that's the people, right? Signed the bill, and he signed the bill, forced him to sign the bill to pass to release these files. Now, here's the thing, baby, I don't think we're gonna see these files. I don't think we're gonna see all of it. The word is we think they're gonna be redacted. Okay, somebody Google that and see what it means. But here's the interesting thing, what's going on with this. First of all, there is some sort of law that if there is an open investigation, the files cannot be seen publicly. Now, the current president is blaming it on the Democrats. Okay, basically, he opened an investigation naming all these people, including former President Bill Clinton. Bubba. Some of y'all will catch that at some point. So this investigation is open, meaning, here's my thoughts. Okay, we all know they were besties. Okay, we know that they were besties, brushing each other's hair, telling each other secrets, laughing, having slumber parties, doing all kind of things. Okay, let me say this. I hate the fact that this is being politicized. Okay, there are actual victims who are suffering from trauma from this, and it's just a whole lot. Okay, a whole lot of people don't understand that. First of all, this is a mess. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this. And even if these files are released, we not gonna, he's gonna do something to pull himself out of it. But we know the truth. Tap down in the comments and let me know what you think. Okay. And furthermore, this is not gonna affect this man. That's the crazy part. People still gonna like him. He's still gonna be president. I feel like this is like that Baptist church, and you vote the pastor out, but he still refuses to leave. It's giving church theater. Hmm? And it's giving distraction, baby. It's giving look over here, not over there. Okay? Don't be distracted. Okay? There's still stuff coming up. So let me just park right here and just say voting matters. Okay? Talk to some of your friends. Okay? We got to talk to some of our people because even our people are supporting him in this tomfoolery that's going on. Anyways, the files are going to be released, and I don't even at this point I don't give a damn. We already know the truth. Let me just move on. You know what, Kwame? Remember, I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Anyways, I want to take a moment just to say rest in peace to Morris Harrison, aka Girl LaLa. Now, a lot of y'all don't know who she is, but she's a social media. He actually, because the interesting part, I don't believe he was trans, he was just femme presenting, okay? And we'll talk about that another day. Basically, that means he was feminine, but still was a man. Girl LaLa was in this relationship, okay, with a young man by the name of, let me see if I'm saying this right, Shanoid White Jr., okay? I followed them on TikTok. She had the funny saying, "Ooh, I'm Girl LaLa, my hair is Girl LaLa." Anyways, they were in a toxic relationship, and the boyfriend unalived her. Okay, now let me just preface this, okay? For those of you who this may be traumatizing for some of you. So for some of you, you may need to go ahead and look away or take a break. But let's take a look at the video.
21-year-old Maurice Harrison, known online as Girl LaLa, seen here in one of her TikTok videos with her boyfriend, 25-year-old Shanoid White Jr. Harrison is a transgender influencer and a popular hairstylist, described by family as having a bright future ahead of her. White Jr. was a former defensive lineman at Bethune-Cookman.
I'm finding probable cause, and I'm going to keep the no bond hold on Mr. White.
But Sunday was behind bars, facing charges of premeditated and first-degree murder with a firearm after being accused of killing girl LaLa. Broward County Sheriff's Office says around 7 p.m. Friday night at the 3300 block of Northwest 37th Street in Lauderdale Lakes, they found girl LaLa in the front passenger seat of a car with multiple gunshot wounds. NBC6 obtained this exclusive video showing White Jr. stepping out of his car, going to the passenger side and putting girl LaLa, who he already had shot, back in the car. She was taken to Broward Health Medical Center where she died. Investigators say the couple of many years got into a verbal argument which turned physical while inside of White Jr.'s car. Users and fans across social media finding old videos that hint to signs of a tumultuous relationship like this one.
We always throw down.
Where girl LaLa is seen with a cut on her nose and under her eye, claiming they always fight. Now her family is just asking for prayers and time to heal.
Now, let me add a little bit more to this story, okay? So, girl LaLa went to jail for 6 months. And during that time in jail, the boyfriend went online live and basically said he was glad that she went to jail because that was a sign. That was a sign to him for them to break up. But his issue was, since they're breaking up, he felt like no other woman was going to want him since he was with girl LaLa, who is, who is trans or femme presenting, that no straight woman was going to want him. But also, sip my tea on this. He was very jealous. Okay. Ooh, see, that wanted me to come out. So when she got out of jail, she was staying with a family friend and he was stalking her. So one night he would, come out and they got into this fight because she saw the video that he had posted about them not being together. Okay. Now I've been following them for a while. They've been together for a minute. Okay. She broke up with him. All right. Because of that video. Right. And even though he didn't want to be with her, he was very possessive and allegedly he felt like, well, if she's not going to be with him, she can't be with nobody else. And pow, pow, poom, poom, took her out. Now, let me just park right here why I brought this up. Many, many moons ago, there was a younger Daryl, okay, who didn't love himself, who felt like any love, any man that showed me love, I took it, okay, because I didn't have self-worth. And that love that I took turned into emotional abuse and some physical abuse. Okay, yes, I've been in a toxic relationship and it did things to me and it almost cost me my life. Let me talk to the gays and girls right now. Some of y'all think it's real cute to be with these, oh, my man, he's so possessive, he don't, y'all need to get out of that. Okay, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I'm talking to somebody right now who's in a situation that's not healthy. Y'all fight, y'all argue every day, and one day that argument is going to cost you something more than a little time. Rest in peace to this young baby. But she was in a situation that was unhealthy for a long time, but people think it's cute. Everybody want to be a city girl. Everybody want this mask for mask and masculinity. And some of y'all are in situations that's gonna cost you more than what you can afford. Okay? Rest in peace to girl LaLa. But some of y'all are girl LaLa right now, and you need to get out of it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm speaking of the spirit. Okay, RIP to girl LaLa. Let's move on. Portia Williams was recently in an incident on Delta Airlines. This is very interesting, okay? So, long story short, according to Portia, she was on the plane listening to her Instagram and the sound was on. And the lady next to her said in a rude way to turn the sound off. And Portia said, well, listen, you have to say it that way, allegedly. Okay. So then the girl turned to her, and now she called her all kind of female dogs and everything but a child of God and cursed her out. Okay. Now, reports are saying that she was escorted off a plane. Let me just say she was not escorted off a plane. And the only reason the FBI got involved was because it was on the plane and the federal authorities have to investigate. But let me just say this. First of all, bring your headphones. And I'm not blaming Portia, but make sure your headphones are plugged up, you know. And let me just park right here and say, make sure your babies are quiet. Am I the only one? I'll give them some Benadryl. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying, make sure they're quiet. Okay, we don't want to hear all of that. But also, especially for celebrities, people who are public figures, or people, you know, don't get easily provoked. There are people out there that just want to, and I think this lady was out there just to provoke her, just to cause a scene, because she probably didn't like her, you know, because of freaking frat or Real Housewives, or because she's a celebrity, she probably thought she could get a little change or whatever. But yeah, child, I'm gonna leave it alone. But that's what happened, and I just believe, seeing all of these details from what I saw, it's giving Mean Girl. Okay, it's giving that she was put on the spot for no reason. So prayers up to Portia Williams. Hopefully this gets situated and she'll be fine. But unfortunately, because she is a celebrity, these small incidents that happen get made bigger than what they really are. So next time, I hope she brings her headphones. Okay. All right. Let's keep on. Let's keep this going. Pastor William Murphy. Pastor William Murphy. What'd he say? I vow to wash. I can't do it. Anyways, Pastor William Murphy. Then the song praises what I do. Recently, he was attacked in the pulpit, and I'm just gonna let you take a look and tell me what you think.
Come on, man of God, I see you. Come on. Y'all clap your hands and give God praise. He just want to give me a hug. Come on.
He just wanted to give you a hug, so the people attacked him. First of all, shout out to the security team. Okay, they was ready. That's the kind of security that was needed at Noel Jones Church that time when the people came up and slapped Loretta a long time ago. That has nothing to do with this, but I don't know if y'all remember years ago. Anyways, I just don't know how I feel about this. You know, the laughter, that man got taken down. Okay, and if that was me just on GP, I would just get a lawyer and just get a couple of thousand real quick. Okay, for pain and suffering and embarrassment. I don't know if that's possible. If he just wanted a hug. Okay, that was a mess. But listen, y'all stop going to church and running up on the pastors. He didn't deserve that. I'm just gonna say that. I don't. Tap down in the comments and tell me if you think he deserved that, if he had it coming, or if it was too much. Because I don't know. I think it was too much. Like, they could have escorted him off. They tackled him like it was a football game, like it was the Dallas Cowboys in the last inning. And I don't know how I feel about that. And speaking about things I don't know how to feel about, Dorinda Clark Cole, Auntie Dodo, the Rose of the famous group, the legendary Clark sisters. Dorinda Cole, y'all gotta stop this, okay? Dorinda Cole was on a show called The Cadillac Chronicles, where she was riding down Peachtree, out here in Atlanta. And leave it to the gays. She rode right past the famous club Bulldogs. Now, Bulldogs is a famous bar, club, whatever, out here in Atlanta. We affectionately call it the Dog Pound. And why do y'all do this? She didn't flinch, and I feel like somewhere right now she is king over. Now, what I would really love to see is if she went to the Bulldogs and preached a good message, just came out and hung out with the kids, because the children love Dorinda. Listen. One thing for certain and two things for sure: the children love the Clark sisters. Okay, we live for Karen. Okay, we live for Auntie Dodo. But this picture, bring this picture all the way up, Kwame. Bring this picture all the way up. Look at that right there. Bulldogs. Huh? That's a level of professionalism that I long to have. Lord. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. We got a lot to cover, y'all. Listen. Pharrell. Pharrell and politics should not be in the same sentence, okay? He did an interview basically saying where he didn't believe in politics, and it's giving it's an illusion. Let's hear what he had to say, and I'm gonna tell you why I think he should just shut up.
As we look at what's going on in the current political climate, I'm just saying I want to turn anybody off. I hate politics. Like, despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side. So I think when you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just got to say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and then, okay, now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there Black people here tonight? Yeah. And in your heart, do you think for what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're Black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're Black or because you're the best? Yes. Right. So I think now for me, it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be Black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of a skin color. That's a point of view that I have now that I'm resting on. And if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever comes back in style, cool. But in the meantime, I want to focus on being the best because I can bank on that. Because that's what's going to get you the position. Where, I don't want you to give me anything. I want you to panic and not let me out the room because I'm the best.
Breathe, Daryl, breathe, Daryl. Let me tell you why that was dumb as hell. Okay. And also why this is dangerous. Okay, because see, some of y'all out there do not truly understand the purpose of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's not just being given something because one is Black. And let me just park right here. DEI is not just for Black people, huh? It's for everybody that ain't a white man. Okay, let me just get straight to the point. Okay, and see, interestingly enough, Pharrell, remember when you got your Grammys? There was something called a Grammy board. Okay, and they nominated you. Okay, and out of those nominees, come on, somebody, because I'm going to get you there. They voted, and you won a Grammy. You know what that's called? Politics. Okay. Remember when you put on that big festival? I don't know what it's called, but you put on a big festival, and you had to get permits for that festival. Hmm. You know the people who do those permits. You know how they got there? Politics. Okay. Now let's move over to DEI. Okay, because I love how a millionaire who got all this money, and I just want to get it because I'm the best. See, DEI is there because a lot of times it wasn't the best that were getting the jobs. It was Jim because he was Bob's best friend. It was Don because he was Michael's bestie, right? And in all of these businesses and companies, they were all old white men. Nothing wrong with them. Okay, I love old white men. I know some of them, wonderful people. Some of them, you get my drift. But the thing about it is, somebody stepped in and said, "No, you can't keep hiring your best friends. We're gonna level out the playing field so that the best, who happen to be black, who happen to be a woman, who happen to be a minority, now has the same chance because you keep hiring Bob and Bill." Sometimes I just want people to just be quiet and just shut up. Just make the music. Just make the clothes, okay? And as Melania said, be best. Be best at what you do and stay out of politics. You know who else needs to stay out of politics? Evangelist Nicki Minaj. Lord, we gonna get through these hot topics, y'all. It's okay. We gonna get through this. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Nicki Minaj, okay, went to the United Nations to speak about Christians being unalived in Nigeria. Okay. She was very passionate and say what you want about Nicki, but she uses her platform boldly. Let's take a look.
In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action.
Okay. This is such a nuanced conversation. It is honestly above my pay grade. Okay. Now, online, the people are torn. Some people in Nigeria are thanking her, and other people in Nigeria are saying, "Baby, mind your business." Okay, and she was on there praising the president. First of all, I didn't know Nikki. No offense to her, but she's low key tripolar. Okay, not bipolar, tripolar. One day she's up, one day she's down, one day she's sideways. And isn't this the same Nicki Minaj that was talking about people's children, specifically Cardi B? This is the same woman that trolls people on Twitter day and night. Okay, and here's the thing. I just want celebrities to shut the hell up. Okay, Lord forgive me. I'm trying to keep it clean, but just be quiet sometimes because this issue is so nuanced. There's so many layers to it. I don't get why she's doing it. I think she just wants to stay relevant. Maybe she feels some kind of way because Cardi B's a bigger star and she surpassed her without even trying. I don't know if she's bored at home. I really don't know what's going on. But this is crazy work, okay? One, again, mind your business sometimes. Because where are we going with this? What is the purpose? Sis, I didn't even know you was Christian. I didn't know you was so concerned. It, just give us music. That's all you got to do. Drop some merchandise. I don't know. Be like Queen Bee. Huh? Just mind your business. Donate a little money. And what? Why? Y'all tap down in the comments and tell me why you think she's doing this. Because right now it's just crazy work and it's diabolical. I don't know what her purpose is. I don't know where she's going with this. And if she wants to be concerned with children, she needs to be concerned about that man that she married. Hmm. Baby, go to sleep. See, here's the thing, and let's have a real conversation. There's an African proverb that says it's better to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. And right now, the doubt has been removed. Okay, evangelist? Maybe this is bigger than you and you need to leave it alone. Because sometimes here's the reality, you're getting into politics and you standing up there, you're putting yourself in harm. You may be causing this to be a bigger problem than what it is. You don't know the nuances, the particulars of this situation. And then to get up and praise this president who is causing more harm in less than a year. It ain't even been a year yet. And as far as I'm concerned, sat down. Just sat down somewhere. Okay. And the barbs is probably gonna come for me. I just already see this happening. But you need to tell your leader to have a seat on this one. Okay, last hot topics, baby. We almost done. Now I found this really interesting, okay? These are the Kessler twins. Now, y'all don't know who they are, but I'm about to tell you. Alice and Ellen Kessler. They are German twins who rose to fame in the 1950s as a variety entertainment duo. Now, recently, they died at the age of 89 by joint assisted unaliving. An advocacy organization called the German Society of Humane Dying. Can I say that? Assisted them in ending their life. And so they came in the world together and they left the world together. What do y'all think about this? It's heartbreaking on some level, but also I get it. Do you think people should be allowed to have the choice to end their life at a certain age? Or if they're in a situation where they are terminally ill and they're not going to get better? What do y'all think about this? They rose to fame. They were amazing dancers. You can Google them with Fred Astaire and all these famous people. But I just found this story so interesting that they chose to end their lives. I don't know if they were ill. I don't know if they were sick. No, nobody said anything. But they probably thought, you know what? Ain't nothing good going on in this world. Look at what's going on over there. We bored. We ain't doing nothing. So we just gonna go ahead on and go on to glory. Are they in glory? I don't know. Listen, on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Grab your snacks, get comfy, and when we come back, we're going to get into the pivot, okay? And I got a word for y'all today. This is going to be good. I'll see y'all in a second. We can go to commercial break. Let's go.
Hey, it's Pastor Kim from It's Just Kim Live Show, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
It's Nicole D. Vick from Nicole D. Vick Live, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Welcome back to the Daryl Walter Show. Listen, family, today I want to talk about something powerful, something life changing, something that can break the chains, if you will, and open doors. And that's simply standing in your truth. Listen, okay? It's time for us to come out. It's time for us to come out of negative thinking. It's time for us to come out of old thoughts, okay? The Bible says, okay? I'm going to preach a little bit. John chapter 8, verse 32, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And it's time for us to be free. But the truth can't set you free if you keep hiding from it. I found this video from Pastor Christian A. Smith, and I just want to take a little look at it, and then we're going to talk, okay? Let's talk. Let's take a look.
Well, I know we've been told in many churches from the pulpit and from music platforms, you ought to come out of homosexuality, come out of lesbianism. But I stand today to preach a new revelation. Come out of homophobia. Come out of transphobia. Come out of bigotry. Come out of supremacy culture. Come out of individualism. Come out of self-hatred. Come out of self-pity. Come out of self-doubt. Come out of filthy rag theology.
Listen, y'all, it's time to come out, okay? The truth isn't always pretty, but it's always powerful. And sometimes it feels like a mirror that you didn't ask to face. Sometimes it feels like God is saying, I'm not punishing you, I'm positioning you. And the truth doesn't always make you comfortable, but it will make you free, okay? There's a quote from Jay-Z that I love. He said, you can't heal what you don't reveal. And a lot of us, we are tired in life, not because it's hard, but because of what we are carrying. I'm telling y'all, this dropped in my spirit, and I want to share it with y'all. Old versions of ourselves that expired a long time ago. Standing in your truth means I'm saying I've made mistakes. I'm saying I've been hurt. I'm growing. I'm changing. Okay, because denial is not delay. Okay, it's a destiny. Truth is not just what you say, baby. Truth is who you are. Huh? Brene Brown said authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. And in this moment, I want to encourage you to embrace who you are today. Take off the mask, okay? What I've learned in my transition, in my changing, is that when you stand in your truth, your voice gets stronger, your vision gets clearer, and your relationships become realer, and your spirit gets lighter. That's when you stop performing. That's when you start performing and you start living. Look at your neighbor and say, I want to live. Now, let's be real, baby. Truth takes courage. Okay, I tell my friends all the time, walking in your truth will cost you. Okay, but you will gain courage. Courage to say, I need help. I can't do this by myself. Courage to say, I deserve better. Courage to say, I'm not settling anymore. And courage to say what God has for me requires me to be the real me. You're not going to get what God has for you living a lie. Let me sip my tea on that one, okay? God does not bless what you pretend to be. He blesses who you really are. Okay? I'm trying to help somebody out there. Baby, let's get free from people. Standing in your truth frees you from people. And can I from niggas? Can we just be real? Folks can't guilt trip you anymore. Folks can't take your past and say, I remember. Listen, let me help you with something. I know who I am. I know the old versions of me that I had to forgive. And so if you got a story about me back in the day, that was me. I own it. Yes, that was me over there. That was me acting a fool. That was me doing wrong. That was me violating myself. Okay. But when you live in your truth, you stop living for validation. Huh? And you start living for purpose. Okay. Here's what I love. Maya Angelou. Now she said when people show you who they are, believe them. Live in your truth. And the truth is, no one knows enough to be a pessimist about you. People's opinion aren't destiny. And that's what I'm learning today. What you think of me, how you feel about me, is not my business or my concern, okay? Your truth is your testimony. And your truth is not just for you, but it's for somebody else. Some of the very things that you are ashamed of, some of the very things that you are embarrassed about. God is not only going to use them to better you, but God is going to use you. Use those things to help somebody else. Come on, somebody. God brought me through this. God kept me. God didn't let it break me. And God turned it into wisdom. He turned it into truth. He turned it into my proverb. When you walk in your truth, you stop chasing things that dishonor who you are. Come on, somebody. You stop apologizing for your calling. I learned I'm not apologizing for who God called me to be, because truth creates your peace of mind. Truth creates your peace in your life. Okay. You can stand alone and you can stand proud. Okay, baby. So today, I want to take this time because I feel like a lot of you out there need to hear this, and I want to speak over your life. I want to say, may you stand in your truth. May you release every lie, every recording that has been spoken into you. May you walk boldly in authenticity, and may the truth, your truth, may it not only set you free, but may it break every curse, every negative thought, everything that's holding you back, because God didn't create you to fit in. He created you to be free. And that freedom begins with truth. Okay, pass offering play, because I that blessed me on today. Now, let's get into our reflections. From Nicki Minaj to Portia Williams to the Kessler twins. From William Murphy to Pharrell. You know what? They stood in their truth. Huh? And listen, we talk about the mess with a message in it. And so today's message is stand in your truth, even when it's not popular. Okay? Be free and be you. And that's all I got. Baby, this show today was full and we covered a lot. But I want to thank y'all for staying with me, okay? We're going to get into it next week. And until then, I'll see y'all soon. All right, I got to go. Peace.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.